Hello, and welcome back to my playthrough/walkthrough of Digimon World 2 for the PS1. In the last episode, we had some fun fighting the tournament, training away our Crabmon for a Wizardmon, and even doing some Digivolution. In this episode, we will be saying goodbye to one of my Digimon. In particular, I've used a bit of off-screen time to level up my Patamon /Ninjamon to 13, the level cap for Digimon. It just took about 3 or 4 fights since he was close anyway, so I hope you don't mind me doing that off-screen. Because, well, after Digimon reaches to level 13, at least one that was caught at level 1, it is on, well, max level. You cannot evolve it any further or level it up any further. Unlike Bergdramon, which started much higher, and even Wizardmon, these 3 Digimon we have here are now maxed out. So we really could go to the dungeon. We would probably win it with a Ninjamon, Bergdramon, and a Wizardmon, but it's going to hamper us in the long term. Therefore, if you're following along with this playthrough, I highly recommend you use your main Digimon and fuse it with one other one from your party. In this case, I'm using, well, Centarmon. An important thing to know though is always select your main Digimon first. The way DNA Digivolution works in this game is, well, the level cap for my Digimon is currently 13. And once it fuses with this Digimon, it's going to increase. But how much depends. The calculation is very simple. Your level divided by 5, rounded up. Since my Ninjamon is level 13, when it becomes fused with this Centarmon, its level cap will go up to 16. So 13 plus 13 divided by 5, rounded up, is 13 plus 3, or 16. You could, well, in theory, not do this at all, catch wild Digimon, replace them, and so on. But that's a pretty bad idea. There's a very small amount of wild Digimon in comparison to the ones you can get by evolution. And the wild Digimon are pretty much always worse than the ones you, well, evolve yourself. As such, I recommend you take one of your Digimon, in this case my Ninjamon and Centarmon, and you fuse them. Gotta love this animation. And we get a Patamon again. In this case, I'm just going to keep it a Patamon with the name. Important thing to also notice is in the top right, where you can see level and so on, you can now see DP1. That's Digivolution points. In other words, every time you fuse a Digimon, one of your Digimon gets one of these points. That is very important, because some evolutions hinge on you having a certain amount of Digivolution points. I believe if a Patamon has 2 or 3 points, it just doesn't transform into Ninjamon anymore, but a totally different Digimon. So with that being said, I'm going to have to, well, do some party management. I'm going to use one of my Digimon, the Patamon I just fused, and put it into my main party. And now I have all 3 of my Digimon that can evolve. Well, not evolve, that can gain XP. And now, I'm going to grind. Sadly, this game requires some of that. Even a decent amount, one might say. But it's an RPG, so I'll be cutting that out. I'll go to the BIOS domain, the newest one we have, other than the new ones we just got, and clear it for once, maybe twice, depending how long it takes, just so I can have my Patamon back to level 11. So, see you in a moment when I've done that. Hello, we are back, and here's my progress report. We got a decent amount of bits, money. I believe we increased it by almost 7,000. Had to clear the dungeon once and a half. Bergdramon, well, he stayed at level 21. My Wizardmon leveled up 3 times. Sadly, nothing I can do about it. And my Patamon got to level 11, which means I will be, well, evolving now again. Before that, I would highly recommend you do some inventory management. I myself picked up a lot of items here, but we're going to need some cash now. So I'm going to remove the things I do not want to have on me, and I'm going to do some selling and buying. In particular, the next two dungeons require you to have a particular, well, item or Beetle part. So, in order to get that, I'm going to sell these HP discs, the MP disc, and a bunch of these drivers. Also going to sell my EP packs and these mech picks. So the item we need is the missile gun. This will allow you to destroy the, well, yellow energy fields and yellow blocks. So you have to have one of these, so I'm going to buy one of these. After that, I'm going to use the rest of my money to buy some general upgrades. In this case, I'm going to buy the yellow ring tires, as well as, let me see, where is it? A bug sweep and a mine sweep. Those two will allow you to, well, see mines and bugs in the dungeon. Bit difficult to, well, really explain it without seeing it, but you will see it soon, especially since I don't believe we even found a bug yet. Luckily we managed to dodge them all. I also recommend you buy a mag missile and at least one drill missile one. This will generally just be useful in the dungeon itself. With that being said, let's transfer those new items into our inventory. The missiles and the parts. I will also transfer these HP and MP discs just for safety when we enter the dungeon. So let's assemble the new mech. Should take just a moment. Assemble, and here are parts. As you can see, that's all. I'll also probably, we could upgrade the Minesweeper and Bugsweeper, but that's very expensive. So I believe I'll just be upgrading my Turtle Bat once more, so we have some more energy, 1800 here, and even my engine ones, just for safety, because it will be getting harder now. We will be starting to get more mines, more energy fields, and, well, tiles, which will hurt us. So, see you in a moment when well, not really. We can go there right away. So I'll just go here to the Blue Falcon base and evolve my Patamon. I believe it's best we keep this footage in, because evolving is not something that happens often. Alright, I also forgot to mention something somewhat interesting. Patamon, as you can see him here, also now has Blue Blaster, the move that this Centermon had, or, well, Gabumon. Moves that both Digimon had will be, well, on the new Digimon. So as soon as this guy evolves, he will get his Ninja Star attack, but we'll also get that Solar Blast that Centermon had. But with that being said, we are now ready to go to the next mission, the next domain. Our options are, as you're soon going to be able to see, Web Domain, a dungeon full of virus Digimon, very not good for our loadout. After all, we are all Data Digimon, and, well, virus Digimon deal a lot of extra damage to us. The other option is a domain full of Vaccine Digimon, the Drive Domain, which will be great for us. We have an advantage against them. For those of you that are playing Vaccine Digimon, probably best to go to Web Domain. Same is true for you with Virus Digimon. Though, an important thing to note is, in these two dungeons, you will for the first time find Champion Digimon, or Wild Champion Digimon. So, prepare your gifts for whatever, well, species you have, because here you can craft some great Digimon. Though, as we are Data, well, trainers, we cannot. That being said, let's go in. Well, first things foremost, let me just show you. These are now our Digimon in our party. Bergdramon, Wizardmon, and Bergdramon. One vaccine and 2 data Digimon. Let's go, and, well, these are both Toyakumons, both Digimon we've already fought before, so I'll just cut the fights out. See you in a moment. I'm back, and we just finished the fights. Unlike before, currently all these low-level guys barely give any XP. Same is true about, well, all the items on these floors. So I'll probably be skipping floor 1 or 2 and 2, because, well, it's not really worth bothering. But here we have our first big thing, because Wyatt told you to bring that, well, missiles. In this dungeon, you cannot proceed unless you have mag missiles. This will be enough to destroy that Electro Spire, and we can continue. But, ooh, first time we see this. This is a bug zapper. Well, we don't have a bug zapper, but this is a bug. Bugs will latch onto you if you step on the tile they are in, and will continually drain some kind of stat. Could be energy, in which case you will quickly be depleted of the energy, or could be money, in which case you will be probably very sad. Oof, we took 400 damage and found a dead end. I hope by going this way we could, well, avoid fighting those two guys, but I guess it, well, will not be so. This is an interesting room, because not only is it the room, but also part of the hallway, as you can see by the Digimon moving. But here we have our first new Digimon we can encounter in these first few floors. That being Tentamon. As soon as the battle starts, that is. Tapramon we have already fought. I'm pretty sure everybody knows he's nothing too special. As for Tentamon, well, he's a decent vaccine Digimon. Not too strong, not too weak. If you want to pick him up, he's not a terrible pick, but he's at a pretty terrible time to catch. If you're still interested in catching vaccine Digimon, I very much don't recommend you go after, well, these ones. Instead, I recommend you wait for floor 5 and 6, where you will be able to find, well, a champion vaccine Digimon. And in general, rarer ones as well. Especially one of them, which I will make special mention of a bit later. But for now, yeah, that was the fight. Now, I think you might have noticed this. My Wizardmon, well, he only has a counter move and a special move, which drains MP from, well, paralyzed enemies. It's kind of a pretty weak ability. Ooh, we just got one of the worst RNG possible. There are 2 lightning spires, and we do not have 2 missiles. That's terrible luck. Oh well, I'll see you in a moment when I, well, go out and buy 2 more. And get back to this point. We're back on the same floor. Let me just pick up this chest that I found here. It's a mag missile. Wow, game, thanks. But now we have 3. Guess we got a freebie at least. There's, as you can see on the map, there's a lot more bugs on this floor than there were last time, which is a bit worrying. Though some of these could be mines. The floor is also semi-randomized. Thankfully, we have not found pretty much any enemies here, which is to our advantage. Ooh, a toy car. Those are great if you, well, need to catch any other type of Digimon other than your main. But we're also unfortunate because we did find another mag missile, well, blocker. Thankfully, we should be able to just move away. Nope, well, see you in a moment. And I'm back. As I was talking about, we can finally proceed with this floor. Another thing I was talking about before I had to cut because of this misfortune was that, well, a Wizardmon is quite cool. Wizardmon has 1 counter move, which will let you attack which will randomly attack any enemy if he's not attacked. And if he is attacked, he will guarantee paralyze an enemy. And he has another ability which will, well, restore his MP by draining MP from other paralyzed enemies, which is also pretty cool. But here we have our, well, second new enemy in this floor, Penguinmon. Penguinmon is, well, fairly standard Digimon. He is level 3, he has an okay special attack, and honestly, nothing much more to say about him. We fought one of them in that tournament, if you remember that. But as Digimon Go, he's very standard. You can capture him if you want to, but at the same time, there's no particular advantages to doing so. So, yeah. If you fight any of them, I just recommend button mashing. Another good thing about our Wizardmon is, since he attacks random enemies, if we do end up overkilling one of the enemies, he will pretty much be guaranteed to attack another one of them, since he will always attack one of them. Like this. Well, this time he countered, so not really fair, but wow, this guy had exactly 40 HP. Convenient. Anyway, sadly our Ninjamon still hasn't leveled up to get new moves, but oh well. Here we also have another way down, but I will do some more exploring on the third floor, because I believe there is another new Digimon we can meet here. Ooh. Although, nope, I am not going willingly into a bug spot. Oh well, let's just go to the next floor. The new Digimon can also be found there. And unluckily, we did not find him. Well, yet. We'll see in a moment after I cut this. Here I am, and wow, I did not mean cut, I meant, well, fight this. Oh well, we instantly found another way down, which is nice, but really not necessary for us. Let us explore a bit more of this floor, and another Penguinmon. See in a moment. This time, a bit faster, because our Patamon/Ninjamon leveled up. He gains 2 more abilities, Ninja Throw and Solar Blast. I made sure to keep Solar Blast as the first attack, since that's the most powerful one, and I will be spamming the most. Although likely I will be spamming Ninja Throws over it, either way. Still, ooh, that's unlucky. We got bitten by an energy bug. As you can see, it is slowly but surely draining our energy now. And even worse is, oof, no more enemies on this floor. So I cannot show the last one. Well, you had a chance to get a Gomamon, which is, if anybody remembers, kind of a seal-looking Digimon. It's part of the anime, if you watch that, or cartoon, but yeah, it seems that my luck will have to show it off later. Still, there is another enemy here, a very powerful one. Well, not powerful one. These are 3 level 4 enemies, which are decent. Snow Agumon, Toy Agumon, and Clear Agumon. If you're going to catch anything except the champion Digimon in this dungeon, make it be Clear Agumon. Clear Agumon has the ability to heal. That is very, very good. It is only 50 HP that he can heal, which isn't that great. There will be much better healers later, but healing particularly in dungeons, well, in tournaments, I wanted to say, is indispensable, because you do not have your cannons to use there. And a healer Digimon can carry you through those, well, tournament fights incredibly easily. So I highly recommend you pick one up. This one will not be ours, since, well, we lack any good gifts. Though if we really wanted to, we could get him. We have a toy boat and some toy cars, but I do not think it is necessary. We will get other options for healing, and really, you only really need healing about mid-game and later, which thankfully we are not in yet. So for now, we will just blast all of these guys till they die. Surprisingly enough, each one of us attacked a totally different enemy, and all three of them are alive. But on the other hand, this allows us to perfectly well destroy them all. This solar ray will kill the clear Agumon, or defeat him, I guess. This, what is it called, Omega Blaster? Giga Blaster will definitely destroy or knock out this Snow Agumon. And this last one will get to attack, since our last attack is a counter move. Alright, 9 damage is nothing too special. And our Wizardmon will finish him off. Then yeah, that's the Agumon pack. There is another pack of new Digimon here, which as a matter of fact I know I cannot miss because it is impossible. But still, let's hope this bug goes away soon, because not only is it making a lot of annoying noise, but, well, see you after this fight. And I'm back. I took the liberty to find the other pack in this floor as well, and 2 of our Digimon leveled up. Wizardmon and, well, Agumon. Not Agumon, Patamon, / Ninjamon. But as I was saying, well, we pretty much cannot miss the last enemy of this floor, so as long as we don't get terribly unfortunate... we will be pretty alright with this. Well, with even not finding him here. Ooh, Shutogan has been damaged. If I have to go through this yellow... Yikes, we are doing terrible. Thankfully, we got a part fix here, which will help now. Let's shoot our radar so we can actually heal our radar so we can actually see. But yeah, if we have to go through that, our shoot gun is now broken. No, shoot gun is for gifts, isn't it? So we should still be fine. But still, energy banks can randomly disappear. So this one hanging around for so long is very annoying. Ooh, but here we have the new Digimon, Unimon. So it seems we will be encountering it after all. But unlike all others, this one actually moves at one... Well, every time you move, every 2 spaces you move, Unimon moves 1 space. So it's very easy to pelt him with gifts if you need it. Which is excellent for you vaccine players because, well, you can pretty much guarantee to catch him, even if you have the crummy level 2 gift, which at this point you probably have. Oh! Seems like my Wizardmon will be getting a counterattack here, which is alright. So this guy's going to get paralyzed and dealt some extra damage. Let's hope his Unimon attacks my Ninjamon. Air attack, not really a great attack. Just 22. Well, 22 is alright, I guess. Nothing too special though. Sadly, our guys will just be doing normal attacks. No counterattack from my Ninjamon. Still, this should be enough to destroy the Unimon. It was not, surprising enough. But I will use a turn to guard with him. And I will Solar Ray Unimon down. I'm guarding with Metal Greymon to recover some of his MP, because he does not level up regularly, so MP is an issue for him. Not to mention, he has a lot less MP than a normal Ultra level Digimon would have, or Ultimate level Digimon. So... And he still has the techniques of ultimate level cost, so we're kind of, well, required to play around with him carefully, so that we can, well, have enough MP to use him when it matters. And wow, I cannot believe these guys actually all lived. Well, Tentamon lived. So this gives me opportunity to also recover some more MP on Metal Greymon and even on Wizardmon. So it's not that bad. Though maybe I should have used the MP drain ability since, well, I could, since he was also paralyzed here. Anyway, this should be it for this fight. So, see you in a moment after I fight the other fight as well. And here I am. Thankfully this fight went much better, since, well, one of them attacked my Ninjamon and his counter move deals a lot of damage. So let's go to the next floor, which should be the final floor of this dungeon. Oof. Not yet, apparently. Alright, I'm back. Could open this chest, but I'm not risking my reader getting broken again, so I'm just leaving. And at this point, there's really only one place the, well, next room could be at. The exit. That is to the right here. Well, that's not quite true. It could be to the left, but if it is, we're kind of screwed. Thankfully, it was not. So some careful maneuvering here, and we might be able to exit without fighting him. Nope. And I'm back. Patamon has leveled up again, so he's 14, almost at his next level cap in 2 more levels. And I just remembered what this shooter gun actually is. I cannot use items in a fight anymore. That is what the shooter gun is, which is very crummy for us. Going to make the boss fight a lot more difficult. Thankfully, well, not that difficult, but still manageable. And wow, I forgot, this dungeon is actually 7 floors, not 6. Oh well, the 6th floor should just have the same enemies as now. I honestly do not care enough to fight them, and, well, not anymore. I was going to say the energy bug is an issue, but not anymore. So let's go to the final floor. In the final floor you have 2 options, going down and up. Down leads you to a fight with some, but clear Agumon. Up leads you to a special path, which you can use as a shortcut if you have 2, well, a drill missile and 2 mag missiles. I will take the up path, which is much longer, just to showcase it. Here we'll find a, well, Unimon. It's not too much of a special fight, so I'll just, well, fight it and, well, pick up this chest. As I was saying, let's pick up that chest. Hopefully it's not something terrible to me. It wasn't. An EP bug zap. Oh, we do not own a bug zapper, so it wouldn't matter for us, but still good to have. If you went down, you would have encountered, just a moment, you would have encountered a room full of, well, damage tiles and a clear Agumon fight, which then went down as easy as you all think. The lower path is just a long hallway, just like the upper path, which leads you to that fight. To the right you have 2 options. Down is the correct one, up leads you to another, well, room. I believe it's a room with an item in it. Let me just make sure I'm correct. No, I actually made a mistake. It actually leads you to nothing. Just a long, winding way. The bottom path was a room to the item, while this path is to the boss. Oh well, we're already here, so let's fight him. Before I do that though, since we cannot use items in the battle, I will be a bit conservative and heal up my Bergdramon and my Wizardmon. Yep, about this much. I will also use an MP disc on my Bergdramon, making sure it can shoot as much as possible. Other than that, this should probably be manageable. Oh well, let's use an HP driver as well. So, let's go and fight the boss of this domain, Bergdramon. I see you're another fool who doesn't care much for life. Don't you know that Dry Domain belongs to me, Bergdramon? That's what you think. I'm a god tamer, Akira. Be captured peacefully or else I'll be forced to destroy you. What a noisy fool, I'll burn you up with my fire. So, here you have the Bergdramon fight. This one is surprisingly easy for us, because we have a lot of counter enemies, well, guys. And Bergdramon has a lot of AoE, which will automatically, well, trigger our counter moves. So in this case, I recommend you go after Bergdramon. And hope that this guy does not attack Ninjamon. Perfect. Now we have this guy, which will also attack one of us. Blaze Blast. Also perfect. And lastly, the Bergdramon. Meteor Wings, which will attack everyone. This is the first real AoE move in the game, but it is great because it means I get to counter him. Ninja Toes, which will do a crap ton of damage, almost 40 in this case. And sadly, his attack does as well, though it doesn't count as a counter move, since another counter move was already triggered. And lastly, our big ol', well, Bergdramon. Bergdramon's almost dead, which will let me to use an interrupt move and just do this twice over. As long as no one attacks Ninjamon or Wizardmon, I will be fine. So I will interrupt this guy because he has the highest damage. Good, lower tech move, and 22 damage is alright, I guess. Now, even if he attacks one of my Ninjamon or Wizardmon, they will not counter, which he did do, but thankfully, like I said, he will not counter since it's interrupted, and perfect. Next goes Bergdramon. It will attack everyone, and I believe Ninjamon will counter first because he has higher speed stat. Yep. He will now finish Bergdramon. And next, I'm actually unsure if Wizardmon will now attack randomly or miss. He will attack randomly now, which is, well, part of his move. But he will not paralyze, which is still alright. And now we're just left with the two weaker Digimon. One Candlemon and one whatever that other guy is. I honestly do not know. So, it's best case scenario, we just blast them. Hopefully one of them will attack Ninjamon, so he'll get to counter. But well, could go either way. Could go either way. We're just doing 26 to him, which is, well, to be expected. I believe he is still a champion Digimon. Ooh, one of them attacked Wizardmon, that's great. He gets to counter and, well, paralyze. Good. 24 damage isn't terrible either. And hopefully this guy will now attack our Ninjamon. He did not. So Ninjamon just deals a normal attack now. Which, well, is alright. Nothing too bad with a normal attack. So, just these guys left with barely an HP. So I will attack Candlemon with my Bergdramon, attack Randomon with him, and just finish him off with Ninjamon. Good. Ninjamon goes first, finishes off the lava skull guy. Really do not know his name. Ooh. This guy attacked and became cured of his paralysis, which kind of sucks. But now our Bergdramon should finish the job. With a Giga Blaster. Wow, he's still alive? I'm legitimately surprised. Oh well, Wizardmon will finish it off. And that is Drive Domain. I believe, yep, our Wizardmon leveled up, and even our Bergdramon. First level for him. Which is pretty good. So, let us... Great, I beat the boss Digimon. What's that on the ground? I wonder what this is. Looks like hearts I picked up before. But what is it? I got a converter. I wonder. Oh well, nobody will know. Still, that being said, since we do not have to report to our leader, this will be it for this episode. So, hopefully this helped you beat the dungeon yourself if you could not, or hopefully you got some new information seeing this, or you just enjoyed the episode. That being said, this has been Cooler, and yeah, see you next episode.